Will AI, artificial intelligence, actually get rid of real estate investing as a profession? It's a big question. AI is scary. It's also really cool, really powerful. So I want to dive in with you today to talk about how I'm using AI right now and what I think the future of AI looks like for somebody who is a full-time real estate investor. Let's do it. All right, guys, so if you've heard anything about artificial intelligence, then you are in the know and you have been on the internet. If you don't know what artificial intelligence is, get out from underneath that rock and let's talk about it. Artificial intelligence is the future. We are effectively in the year 1999 and the internet is just now coming out, and the new internet effectively is artificial intelligence. So I think very soon that customer service is going to go to the wayside. If you look at how ChatGPT can understand what you're saying and respond intelligently, it is incredible. And I'm actually going to show you some of these things, but I think industries like accounting, legal, customer service, sales, I think all of these industries could change forever. I don't think that that's a bad thing. I think we'll find somewhere else to use that sort of labor, but I think, and you'll understand what I'm saying here in a second when I show you how I'm using ChatGPT, you'll understand how these things are so smart and why a lot of what we're doing right now is never going to be done again in the same way. As a real estate investor, I think it's one of the best industries to be insulated from this. Now, that doesn't mean that AI won't impact our everyday, day-to-day lives, but I do think that humans, as long as we're humans and the AI bots haven't taken us over, we're always going to need a place to sleep. We're always going to need a place to go eat. We're always going to need a place to store our things. We're always going to need a place to go shop and enjoy experiences. So real estate is going to still be a key factor, a key industry moving forward. And as a real estate owner, I think we will always have a place to provide value to society. So I think that if you're a real estate owner, there's a lot of great things. If you're a service provider in the real estate industry, then I think it could be, hey, maybe my future is grim. Maybe my future gets repositioned. I think we're probably a long way from that. It'll also really depend on how lawmakers make laws and what's allowed, what's not allowed. So there's a lot of unknowns right now, but I want to show you a couple of the ways, and I've got a list written down right now. I'm actually going to share my screen with you to show you some of the things that I'm doing right now today, okay? So if you guys want to come over here inside of this is ChatGPT 4, and all of these are different kind of searches that I've done, but I want to show you how powerful it is. Right now today, and there's ChatGPT 3.5, which is free, ChatGPT 4, I'm paying like $20 a month for it. It's a little bit more intelligent. I think it kind of responds to you in a better format. So let's do something real fast. I'm going to show you guys. Let's say as a storage owner, I want to use ChatGPT to help me communicate to my self-storage tenants that they are going to get a rent increase. Let's say I'm a new investor. I don't really know what to say. Here's a way I could use ChatGPT. I could come in here and I could say, write me a notice that is letting my storage customers know that their rent will be increased soon. Make sure to include the, let's say, following fields. And the following fields are customer name, new rental rate, and date that the new, let's say, date of the rental rate change. And we'll just hit enter. And here's what ChatGPT is going to do for us. It's going to go out and it's going to create a letter that we could actually send. Let's see how it does for us. Dear customer name, subject, notice of upcoming storage unit rental rate adjustment. Watch this. I'm not doing anything. I'm not typing this. This is all ChatGPT writing this out for me, okay? So here we go. It just wrote us a full letter. It's got the customer's name inside of here. It's got the date. It's got the new rental rate. It has some explanations in here. After careful consideration, we've concluded that a slight increase is necessary to maintain the level of service and security you expect from us. So this is a pretty great letter, but let's say it's a little bit too long. So all I'm going to tell ChatGPT is make it shorter and make it a 5th grade reading level, right? Not to say my storage customers can't read, but when you have something with all these big words, a lot of times it doesn't get read. So we want to be short, we want to be simple, and we want to be straight to the point. So all I'm going to tell ChatGPT is I'm not going to tell it to write it again or anything. I'm just going to say, make it shorter and make it a 5th grade reading level. And I'm going to hit enter and watch what it does. It's going to rewrite this whole letter for me with, let's see what it says. There was an error. So again, ChatGPT, not perfect. I did this earlier and it worked out fine. So let's see. Well, I'll show you what it said earlier. I don't know. Again, it's not perfect. I think we're a long way from it being a replacement to humans. But here's what it said earlier. Or here's kind of the prompt that I gave it earlier. I said, make it about half as long and use a 5th grade reading level. Also include that if this causes financial hardships, we're willing to work with them. And so it wrote just about the same message the first time, and then it came back, it made it shorter. It did exactly what I told it to do, which is really interesting and powerful, because as a real estate investor, this isn't something that I have to do every single day, but it's something that I, am going to do through time. I'm going to have to do random tasks like this that this can eliminate. So let's do another really simple task that I am doing, that I had it do for me. Okay, so what I did is I came in here, and one of the things that I'm doing, I'm in the process of doing, is creating a cost segregation study business. That means I'm going to start offering cost segregation studies to those of you who have rental property, investment property, and want to get bigger tax benefits. So I came in here and I said, let's see, here's the exact prompt I gave it. I said, create 5 logos. I'm going to copy this and I'll go over here and do a new chat. I said, create 5 logos for my business, cost seg simplifiers. That's a potential name I'm thinking of. And then I told it, we unlock the hidden wealth in our client's property with cost segregation studies. And I hit go. I'm looking for it to create 5 logos for me. Let's see what it does. So it says, I'm a text-based model. I cannot create a logo, but how about this? How about I give you some ideas that you can give to a graphic designer? So still pretty cool. And then it comes up in written format with different things that we could do to create our logo. But I want to talk to you about what I think is extremely valuable inside of ChatGPT and what I think is to the future to come. Let me show you another prompt that I already did. Is I told this system, I said, somebody has made me an offer on my house at 123 Main Street in Atlanta, Georgia. I have the house listed for sale at $800,000. They've offered me $725,000. I expect some other offers to come in. Create a response to the existing offer. So I want to see how it would respond if it understood negotiations. And here is the letter that it wrote. If you want to read this real fast, I think it's really, really impressive. It's awesome. It's really impressive that ChatGPT understands how to negotiate. So I think in the future, a lot of our negotiations are going to be handled by artificial intelligence. And I think that's extremely powerful because we can remove our emotions from the negotiations, right? A lot of times in negotiations, we let our emotions get the best of us. We make emotional, irrational decisions. Imagine if you can have an AI come in, create a negotiation for you, and based off of you're saying, I would really like to sell this property at no more or no less than $750,000. Please generate a response to me to the offer that I have in hand. Here are the other scenarios. I need the money by this date, blah, 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 blah. And you told the system all of your parameters and it created a negotiation response based off of what your desired outcome would be. That's insane, and it's already on the track to do that. Let's talk about the next one, making financial decisions for you. If you were to give it the parameters of your life, if you had your AI connected to all of your bank accounts, if it understood your profit and losses in your financial system, your real estate portfolio, and you told it, optimize my portfolio for long-term cash flow, it would know and could go in and start to analyze if the decisions you wanted to make, like refinancing a property, selling a property, buying a different property, were going to optimize your portfolio and your financial situation. Pretty powerful stuff. Next up, I think that it will do contracts. And in fact, I wanted to see where it was at for contracts today. So I just gave it a little test. I said, generate a contract for the purchase and sale of the real estate for the home at 123 Main Street in Atlanta. The price is $500,000. There's a 14-day inspection period, and the total time to close is 60 days. There are no financing contingencies. And here is what it came up with, which is really cool. It came up with not a perfect contract, but a really great overall contract that I think would be pretty in line. I said, that's pretty good, but we need to include the following details, because it didn't include anything about earnest money or anything like that. So I gave it these parameters. There'll be $5,000 of earnest money. It'll take place at Crabtree Law Firm in Athens, Georgia. The seller will pay for all closing costs, and the furniture will be included for the sale. Now, what did it do? It came through and it started generating the same exact contract, but with all the edits that I said. And this right here looks to me exactly like what an attorney would spit out, which is crazy that ChatGPT already is this close to putting out good documents. So I said, okay, well, all of this is pretty awesome. Give it to me in a Word format. And it said, I can't do that, but what I can do is give it to you in code. So one of the things that I've heard about ChatGPT 4 is that it's slow, and we can see right now that it's a little bit slower than normal, but it's a lot more intelligent. So I think it's kind of an interesting trade-off that ChatGPT 3.5 or the free version isn't as smart, but it's faster. And I think this is pretty indicative of like what all's to come inside of the AI world. There's a lot of updates, a lot of nothing's like perfect, but there's kind of this give and take in all the different areas and fields. While we're waiting to this, again, I think that contracts, I think legal, I think that ChatGPT or whatever AI software that is developed out there, I think that this can like really start to streamline a lot of the legal things in the world right now that take a lot of time. I think it'll be able to answer legal questions if our lawmakers allow it to be. I think it can start to do really cool things like tax returns. I think it can start to do cool things like putting together financial statements. It could go through your bank account. It can understand who's paid, who has it. It can go through and start to automate a lot of what's going on in your business to let you know how your business, how your real estate investment is performing. So let's see here. Let me copy this code. And let's come over here. I don't like this. Let's paste it. Wow. Look at that. That's pretty great. Even included a notary acknowledgement inside of there. Is this perfect? Probably not, but that's pretty impressive that it can do that. And so whenever I think about will ChatGPT, will AI get rid of real estate investors? I think it's going to change the way that we do a lot of things. I think there's a huge opportunity out there. Again, I think it's the new wave of the internet, but the question is where are you in that ecosystem? Obviously, when the internet came out, a lot of things got eliminated, like landlines and fax machines and all of that kind of stuff. So, I think that it can be scary depending on what situation you're in, but at the end of the day, we all have to evolve, and this is going to make all of us more efficient, more effective, less errors. And I think there's some really cool things that you can start to do today in order to have this boost your productivity and grow your business. So if you guys found that helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button, share this with a friend. If you found any of this cool, again, I know it wasn't perfect on here. I could try and reshoot this video, but I just want to give it to you honest of like what the user experience is like on using it right now. I hope you guys found it valuable. If you did, again, follow along, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in more real estate content. Be great.